Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing some fun printmaking with a material that we've all seen. It's going to be the eraser. So you see that I have some black paint and I'm going to use the side of the eraser to kind of get this really fun shape. So I'm going to dip it in. My hand should stay pretty clean because only one side should ever have the paint on it. So this is up to you. You can do them vertical or you can do them horizontal. I think I'm gonna do mine vertical. You can get a couple prints out of like dipping it once. You see, I got like 4. So now I'm gonna go back. I'm just tapping it lightly. I'm not swirling it around because if I swirl it around, it'll get up near my fingers and I'll have really dirty fingers. And I think kind of the incomplete ones look really cool. So don't be upset if they're not all coming out super black. I decided to change it up and do some horizontal. Maybe I'll do 2 layers of horizontal. That is up to the artist. You see, I'm taking my time. I'm making sure my fingers are staying clean. That's really important today. But you get all these really interesting shapes and textures because not all of them look the same. Even though we're taking the same print of the same object, they kind of start to look really different. So I'm gonna keep working. I'm trying to get them in a straight line. It's all about that craftsmanship. And I have just like a little room, so maybe I just dip like the top half. Awesome. So this is my really cool background that I did some printmaking with of something that we always have around, our beautiful, wonderful erasers. From here, we are going to need to clean the eraser. So you are going to get a half of a wet wipe and you're just gonna rub it. And now it's ready for the next person. Pretty cool. Hey guys, we are going to create our YAYOI Kusama pumpkin. They're gonna look a little bit different from a normal pumpkin, but it's gonna be super awesome and fun. So we are going to make something that is symmetrical. So symmetrical means that it looks the same on both sides. So almost like a mirror image. So to create that, we're going to fold our paper like a hot dog and kind of create a little slim paper. Now, you don't want to draw on the side that has the open flap because you'll end up with 2 pieces, but you want to draw on the side that has the seam. Okay, so here's the seam. Just check it before you draw because you don't want to end up with 2 pieces of a pumpkin. You want one whole pumpkin. Okay. So next, you're just gonna have to draw half of this pumpkin. And her pumpkins are really fun shapes. So I kind of just get inspired by a wavy line. A line that goes out, kind of comes back in, goes out again. And he's got a round bottom because he's a pumpkin. Okay, up at the top, just draw half that stem and you'll end up with something like this. Now, if you wanted to make this a little bit thinner, you could have. That's up to you. It's your pumpkin. So once you have that done, you are going to cut out your pumpkin and you're going to be leaving it folded. Okay, so I'm gonna start cutting out this pumpkin. Just following the line. I still have it folded. this kind of got a little bit tricky. So I'm gonna come from the other side and cut this off. So I have less, I have to kind of move around. All right, and then here's for the big reveal. My pumpkin. Awesome. So you see that this side kind of has some pencil lines. So that's gonna be my back. That's gonna be the side that I glue on my background because I don't wanna see those, okay? So now I'm going to add in all those fantastic dots that we see YAYOI have. So I'm gonna start from the top and I'm gonna actually work my way down and I'm gonna follow the curve of the pumpkin. So with your pencil, you're going to add in these dots. So you see I'm actually following that line that I created with my pumpkin. You see I'm not filling in these dots because I'm going to Sharpie them in. So I don't have to fill them in just yet. And I'm going to continue following the shape of the pumpkin. This actually gives our pumpkin form. So he doesn't look like a little flat pumpkin. He's got some shape. So each line I'm creating is following the lines of my pumpkin. I'm gonna do the same on the other side. The one in the middle is probably gonna be straight, and that's okay. Because on the other side, you're gonna curve your lines. I'm not doing like a whole bunch. Of dots, I'm just kind of filling in the shape. And sometimes if you get a little bit confused about how it's supposed to go, you can maybe start back at a really curvy spot and then meet in the middle. Because see, I got a little bit confused on that one. Just want to make sure it's a curvy pumpkin. I probably can fit one more in here, following the curve of my pumpkin. Awesome. So now you can kind of see how I gave my pumpkin a little bit of shape through lines, right? The curvier the line, the curvier the pumpkin actually looks. So with my Sharpie, I'm gonna start filling in these dots that I created. I'm taking my time because this is a permanent marker, meaning there is no erasing him. If your marker is coming out with like scratchy lines and they're not nice and black, get a new one. Throw that one away. He's had his time to shine. And we want nice, beautiful dots, just like YAYOI. So I'm going around, just filling in, doing that for every single one of my dots. So my pumpkin is all filled in. I'm going to take my eraser, and I did my best to fill in those dots, but still there might be a little bit of pencil line that I forgot to fill in. So this just kind of cleans up my pumpkin. Now he's all beautiful and clean. So I got these big dots, but we know that YAYOI doesn't just use big dots, she also uses little dots. So I'm going to put a little dot in between each of my big dots. Just add some nice variety. If you don't want to do that, maybe you want to put some in between the dots, the big dots that you created. Or maybe you want to do both. I think I'm going to do both. Still following the curve of the pumpkin to add that form. But adding a variety of dot sizes. This one, you can tell, I did not do a pencil first. That's because I already have a really good idea at this point on how to follow the line of my pumpkin, and you will too. And you'll also take your time, making sure your pumpkin is beautiful. Going in between. And if you mess up and you accidentally make one that's a little bit long, just go back and make them just a little bit bigger. All right, I am super pleased with my pumpkin. The top of YAYOI's pumpkins are usually black. So if you wanted to just add black lines, or if you want to just color the whole thing black, you can totally do that. And you see I did a little curved line, and then I colored the rest of it. Now I'm gonna get to glue my pumpkin on top of my beautiful prints. And I'm just, look at all that beautiful, fantastic pattern and color. Okay, with your glue, you're gonna always go around the object and do a big X in the middle, making sure you're getting everything that's all around it. Okay, and then I would place it in the center of your printed background. Give it a good rub so everything stays flat. And if you see anything popping up along the edges, that means you need more glue. So you can always just peel it up, put more glue, and then you'll have your beautiful YAYOI inspired pumpkin. How awesome!